make the music notes that the monster unleashes. We're going to make them fly into the air without too much of manual manipulation. So let's get to it. So the music notes begin somewhere at 595 frames. Yeah, so there we are. So I'm going to extract the music frames, not the frames, the music notes from this frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 notes. So let me first select the monster. It's the mouth monster that contains the music notes. So I select that, uh, tab into edit mode, and I have to unlock the mouth monster before I make changes. And then in edit mode, I lasso select the first one, and then separate strokes points, and it goes to another grease pencil object. So that is music 1, and then the next one, music 2, music 3, music 4, and the last one, music 5. So we have 5 music notes. I'm going to put them in its own collection, music, and I'm going to hide everything else temporarily. So we've got the music notes organized, and it's on frame 595. I'm going to move them over to the beginning so that it's easier to demonstrate when it begins there. And now let's start moving these music notes and make them float up into the air. And for that, we're going to use an emitter from a plane. So let's first add a plane. Switching over to top view, add plane, and then I'm going to scale it up. Okay. And then, similar to what we did yesterday, I'm going to add a particle system, but instead of hair, it's going to be emitter this time. And let's set a few values up. So 100 music notes, and each music, not each music note, the animation would last for 1,000 frames, and each music note's lifetime would last for 500 out of those 1,000 frames. Let's randomize the lifetime of each music note. So that's the basic setup, and now let's change a little bit of the physics. So it doesn't have to be 0.1. We're going to make it much lighter and floaty. So it's 0.1 kilograms, and then render. This is the most important part. So we choose selection and then music, and scale. How about 0.25? Is that big enough? So let's play it out and see how it looks. Yeah. So it drops. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it drops down that's because gravity is acting upon it and it falls down. So let's change that. Let's change the gravity to a negative value. So that's under field weights. That's minus maybe 0.250. Let's make it a little bigger because I could barely see the music notes the last time we tried. Okay. So now it's much better. Let's disable the collection. There you go. So now the music notes are moving up into the air. And a few things that we can do to manipulate its flight up is to, let's begin with trying a force field. So to get a force field up and running, Shift A, force field, and there are many options: wind, vortex, just a normal force, turbulence. Let's try vortex for now. So let's move that. Okay, let's just first try it out to see how it goes. I don't see any big difference. So I'm going to move this down a bit. Yeah. Now we can see it sort of going in a spiral, following the path of a vertex. So I'm not exactly sure why it's displaced from where it should be, but let me see if I can manipulate it. Yeah, so when I move it around, it affects the flight path of the music notes. So that's one little change that we could try. But with the particle system, um, there's so many things that we could try. So for tomorrow, I'm going to try a few more tactics of giving the music notes flight. But most of them would involve setting up this sort of emitter particle system on a plane and then applying different forces to manipulate its flight path. Okay, later.